From Smelly work truck to this. In this video, I'll take you through the journey of how I turned this restaurant workhorse into a stunning dream truck. So picture this, I found a 2008 Toyota Tundra on Facebook and I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Single owner, low mileage for the year and an okay price. But when I went to see it in person, it wasn't exactly love at first sight. Turns out the single owner, as they stated, was actually a restaurant warehouse, and they used the truck strictly for delivering food products. Needless to say, the interior was not in the best condition. It was dirty, smelly, and there were crumbs and food stains everywhere. And to be honest, the outside wasn't any better. Scratches were all over, dents in the bed and tailgate, and overall it was pretty bad. And I can say that this is only the stuff that I saw at the test drive, so there's more to come. Now, I'm not gonna lie, after driving 2 hours to see this truck, I was a little disappointed, but I did see potential in this truck, so I decided to take the plunge and buy it anyway. But not before negotiating on the price. I talked them down from $10,000 to $8,500, and that's when the real fun began. After making the payment, signing the title, I began the 2-hour drive home where I had plenty of time to notice a few more things that were wrong with the truck. To start off, the cruise control and horn weren't working, and they had replaced the rearview mirror with an outdated and non-functional camera system. Not only that, but I had to drive with the windows down just to bear the smell inside the cabin. I mean, I bet you this truck has never seen a detail in its entire life. So when I got home, I made a list of things I needed to fix and what I wanted the truck to look like. It was a long list, but hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. Here's what I had to work with. First up, a deep clean of the interior. I mean, this truck needed more than just a vacuum. I busted out the carpet cleaner and other cleaning products, and this is the before and after of the seats. They basically look brand new. So I started to get pretty confident, and the next thing I realized was that every button on the steering wheel wasn't working, which explained the horn and cruise control defect. So I fixed it by buying a new clock spring, which is the part that makes the electrical connections to the steering wheel. And just like that, the horn was honking and the cruise was cruising. We were off to a good start. Then I took that hideous screen from the windshield and replaced with a new rearview mirror. Guys, sometimes less is more. Next up was the push bar. I decided to remove it and give it to a metal recycler. That made his day and my truck looked much better without it. But with the push bar gone, the faded plastics became even more noticeable. So I solved that issue with a simple trim and bumper spray. There are many methods to fix faded plastic, but the one that I found to actually last was the spray paint. And in the description down below, I'll be linking every single product that I use and the parts that I bought for the truck, just in case you guys are curious. As I replaced each part, I couldn't help but feel like a kid with a new toy, and the more I fixed it, the further I wanted to take this project along. Speaking of it, I knew that fixing the headlights was a must. Faded and yellow headlights can age the entire car, and I wanted my truck to look as new as possible. So here's a fun fact. Buffing your headlights can actually boost the resale value of your car and help it sell faster. All you need is one of those headlight kits, which you can find on Walmart, Amazon, and other places in like 30 minutes of your time. And now, don't get me started on all the chrome in the front end. Some people like it, but I'm not a fan of it. So I bought some wrap and wrapped the front end to match the color of the truck. This also came in handy later in the project when I bought a used but OEM tailgate and wrapped it black. The reason why I didn't go with a brand new tailgate is because they are made thinner now, so they don't hold as much weight and they don't last as long. So I bought it from a used auto parts store, a old but good looking tailgate, and that was wrapped too. The rear bumper was damaged beyond repair, so I decided to buy a brand new one and wrapped it gloss black like the entire truck. The problem is, with the new bumper, the tow hitch, it sticks even more, so I replaced it with the one that hides behind the bumper and only shows the hitch attachment point. And that was another good day for the metals recycler. Moving on to the inside, the old radio had a mind of its own, so I replaced it with a new CarPlay head unit that was designed specifically for the second-gen Tundra. That makes it feel like the truck came with that from the factory instead of having a very aftermarket-looking radio, and I like the looks of that better. We are making a lot of progress here, and I'm definitely happy about it. Now, the bed topper gave out a no truck vibe, so I ended up selling it on Marketplace and pocketing $350, which I put towards a roll-up bed cover. But let's not forget about the paint. I'm not the best paint correction guy in town, so I reached out to Epic Detail. They're based out of Orlando, Florida, and Diogo did an amazing job. Now, the truck is shiny once again. But there was still an elephant in the room, the steel wheels. Anyone who's ever been in the market for truck wheels and tires knows how expensive it can get. That's where the good old marketplace came in handy once again. I found someone selling nice looking wheels with almost brand new tires on it, only because he was upgrading to a bigger size wheel. Not only did I buy the wheels and tires for much cheaper than retail, he also threw in a leveling kit for free in the deal. And let me tell you, wheels and tires can literally make or break a vehicle's appearance. Now the truck is looking and running better than ever, and I couldn't be happier with the progress I've made. It's been a long journey, but it's definitely been worth it. And as they say, all good things must come to an end. After a few months of ownership, I received an offer I could not refuse. And even though I loved the Tundra and the work I put into it, it was time to move on to something new. And the great news is that the money that came from the sale funded my next car purchase. That's right, I have a new car and I can't wait to share with you guys in my next video. It's something totally different from the Tundra, but I think you're going to love it. And spoiler alert, I bought it over 2,000 miles away from home and drove it back.